So, Greg, we haven't seen each other for 6 months.
Yeah.
And I'm going to piss you off and ask you about 29-inch wheels.
Why not?
Why not? So, inevitable?
We're actually just wondering when you're going to barge your way in and try and get some sneak pics.
Well, you guys, blew that sweet Instagram picture of yours. So well done there.
Well, no, that's what Santa Cruz said. They didn't think they could hold back the silverback behind the barriers, and he was going to push his way through, and Dougie Fresh was going to have to do some kung fu on you. So we thought we'd better release it before you got here.
And there's still development and kind of work in progress. Like, you're not giving us any stats on what travel you're running, and that you guys, those are the kind of things that took you a while to figure out yourselves.
Yeah, it's flip. We worked pretty hard on this. We thought about it in October. We pushed really hard.
You only thought about it in October?
Well, when was that EWS?
Well, I should have thought about it 2 years ago, October.
Yeah, but you can only do so much without tires and rims and forks and stuff. So we kind of got the ball rolling in October. We had December testing.
You're doing that modified high tower.
Everyone saw the high tower, and it was just to see what it was like and get a better idea. And then Nick at Santa Cruz pushed really hard to come up with a swing arm and design and everything else. So yeah, it's been a cool experience just working so closely with Santa Cruz to get this bike ready.
And you've obviously one of the taller guys in the circuit, and someone like Loris is not. Yet I guess from what I hear, under your sort of urging, you kind of forced him to give it a try, and then at the end of the day the numbers didn't lie.
I didn't force him, but I think we've got a great team environment where we can sit down, the three riders, talk about how we've set up the bike, try different settings and everything else. And once he'd tried something else, he then went back on the bike and felt a lot more comfortable. It was more his feeling on the bike. So it's a new bike, so it is different. I think when you see the wheels on my bike, it actually looks
proportional for you.
Proportional, yeah, compared to before. You look at my
when you look at
terrible.
Videos of you guys on 26 inches, it looks like, what were you doing? Because now that looks weird. And I guess you're on a 29er is the same as Danny Hart on a 27.5.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So yeah, that's the feeling I've got. I think it just looks way more proportional.
And once you make the call, you can just run it all year long. I mean, you're not going to be having two bikes in the truck, and one for this track, one for that track.
We have got the option. I mean, we've still got 27-inch bikes, but I'm on. I'll be riding this all year. I don't see myself riding a 27.
And as a first race, is it weird you got a new bike, and the first race, no one can judge their speed, and then it's wet old Lords, which is sketchy in its own right. So people are going to be putting these 29-inch bikes under magnifying glass, but it's not necessarily might not actually affect any of the results, just the wheel size, right? There's a lot of other things going on here.
Yeah, I mean, I'm always a bit slow starting the season anyway, and haven't done a race yet this year, so this is going to be my first race this season. So it's and also then having the bike.
People's going to want to know what you're going to get.
I know, but it's like we had this new bike and we wanted to keep it under wraps and then launch it like we did now. And so I couldn't really just go and ride downhill at home, so I just didn't really ride much. We only did a bit of testing in Italy and then last week in Portugal. So just keeping it fresh,
All right. Well, we've got to bring back Maritzburg for this bike too, eh?
Yeah. Well, it's weird. It's not really designed specifically for Cairns. A lot of people thinking it is, but it's just a general bike that I just feel more comfortable on.
Would you ever think of racing a high tower at Cairns with a dual crank fork? Or is it your bike's are loud enough anyway, right?
On the Santa Cruz, I've never opted for a smaller bike when it's come to a pedally track. I just stuck with the exact same bike I race all season, so there's no reason why I'd need to change and go for a smaller bike than the V10 29.